What's going on, guys? It's Youngling Jr. here. So Dave Chappelle's man, Isaiah Lee, he want to justify why he attacked him. So this is the updated information here. So the man that attacked Dave Chappelle said he did it because over the LBGT jokes and said he was triggered. And also too, it was many other jokes. So we're gonna go ahead into detail of this article. 23-year-old Isaiah Lee did an interview with the New York Post. And he explained his reasoning for hopping up on stage and attacking the comedian. And you wouldn't know it, he says he was in fact offended by Dave's material and wanted him to know about it. So Lee is quoted as saying, "I identify as a bisexual, and I wanted him to know what he said was triggering." He also too add, "I want him to know that next time he should consider first running his material by people he could affect." Davis reported to have addressed his transgender controversy that night before Lee allegedly rushed the stage, talking about how he didn't have a problem with trans people until now, when he says they took his closer content out of context and wrapped it. Here's another element that apparently sent Lee over the edge. Now, the jokes that Dave apparently made about transgenders or homelessness, it actually triggered Lee in his past life as well. He said he was homeless at a young age. He's a single dad, and he had a son that's 5 years old, and he said it was a struggle. Dave Chappelle know if it's not a joke. So plus jokes earlier in the night made by an opener, it seems he was talking about pedophilia, right? And he was, I guess Isaiah Lee was sexually abused as a minor, so that triggered him as well. He has gruesome injuries. He said he was twisted up, he was beaten, but same time too, he ran up on stage with a fake gun and you tackled him. I mean, come on now. Like, of course, the security team is going to step in. All of this, a new and different twist on Lee's motives. As reported, Chappelle has said Lee told him backstage before he was arrested that he had on stage to draw attention to his grandmother's plight in a gentrified neighborhood in Brooklyn. To that, Chappelle allegedly replied, "Now your story will die with your son." Lee was recently hit with some serious unrelated charges that could see him behind bars for years. Exactly. So the thing is, even if you were triggered by this man's jokes, I mean, you could have done your research on Dave Chappelle. I mean, he's been talking about this type of stuff for years, and he's a comedian. He's known for making jokes and making light out of the situation. If you're so offended, don't go to a comedy show. You would have been better off trying to message him or message his team if you went to a show and talk to him, try to talk to him backstage. Highly doubt you'll be successful, but you don't want to put yourself in a situation that you jeopardizing your future by attacking someone off of some words. Now you behind bars, and what can you do now? How can you actually honor your grandmother, her ideologies about gentrification in Brooklyn in prison? Like, that's not going to have an effect. It's like slavery down there in prison. So pretty much you just literally gave up all your rights. If you would have been critical thinking, a critical thinking man would have been like, you know what, even though I did purchase these tickets, this Dave Chappelle show, I'm just going to go ahead, enjoy the show, and just take it in. He's a comedian, and I'm just going to enjoy myself and just not think of nothing of it. Or I'm going to just probably write a letter to his team if I can, or see if I can do these, if you have a little after party or anything, or pay a little bit extra just to talk to him about my concerns and move on. I'm not going to get up on stage and attack a comedian. Now that's going to mess up, what I got going on for myself. And now I'm sitting behind bars. I'm neglecting my son. Who's going to take care of my son now? Now the son doesn't have a father, and at the moment, because you're in prison. See, the thing is, though, I believe this attacker, he reacted emotionally. And even if he did say something that was triggering, I wouldn't even go to a comedian show. Do not go to a comedy show if you're sensitive about their content. I mean, seriously. He even made a song about Dave Chappelle. It wasn't really about him. The title was called Dave Chappelle. So I believe he did this for attention. So I'm not buying it, stating that, oh, well, you're trying to justify your case why, I attacked someone because, the stuff I was going through in the past, even though Dave Chappelle did not negatively affect your life. So that's all I really have to say. Just a little bit of updated information. I'm really curious if this is going to go to trial, because if this is, I would definitely love for Law and Crime Network to go ahead and live stream this. But you guys continue to like, comment, subscribe, share this video. That's all I really have to say. Tell me what you guys think, man. I'm out. Deuces.